It's Johnson here. Today, tonight, wherever you are, I want to talk about having too much or having not enough. But it's all very circumstantial. A lot of times we get jealous or mad at people we don't know. Most of the time it's them. Sometimes it's our friends or family. But a lot of times, especially when we don't have what we need, or when we're in debt, we wish we had something, we don't have enough. It's very easy to look at someone and when they have their money, when they win their lottery, when they get their big break, when they finally work hard enough, a lot of times we want to ridicule them. And we like to say, oh, if I would have won $1 million, I would have done this, I would have done that. Or how did they lose that? How did they're broke? Really? They're broke now? And I want to, if I can, I think I got a good grasp on this, without being wrong. I think, why do we do this? Why do we see someone else doing success and then we try to tear them down? And I think a lot of it has to do with envy, possibly jealousy, but why do we do that? Why do we do that? First, let me say, I'll get back to why we do that because I'm trying to figure it out still in my way. But I want to say, you never know the debt or bills or obligations someone has. See, every person is always trying to get to the next level. Sometimes you might call it greed. You'll call it greed when it's somebody that you see as having too much, or maybe they really do have too much. What's too much? And that's kind of what I'm going to get to now, is that sometimes there isn't too much, and we're all entitled to the things we've earned, even sometimes the things we're given. But the reason we keep trying to get to that next level, especially it happens to poor people the most, I think, because for so long, we're in such a rough patch. It's like, I'll explain like this. You're broke, you have your job, you're working every day, you have your little hoopty, little beat up car, got your little apartment, bust your ass, you're working every day. A couple years go by, you saved up enough money, now you're going to get a new car, right? You don't want to drive the hoopty. You're done with that. You don't like having to replace your tires. You don't like having to fix gaskets and I don't know enough about cars, but you don't like having to put gas in this little thing that's just eating it up. We don't like the headlights that don't work. So we want a new car. And we've worked our ass off for it. So we get that little bump, next level. We've been working. We put in good work. Our boss sees it. Maybe they give you a raise. Boom, next little level. You keep working hard. You know what? This apartment, it is small. I deserve more. I've been busting my ass. Save up again. Moving to a bigger place. Next level. And my point is, you're always going to do that. It's almost never going to be enough, especially if you have kids. The more friends you have, the more family you want to take care of, the more people you know, the more things you experience, the more you're going to want to do, the more things you're going to want to try. All of these things require money. So even though someone Even though someone might make $1,000 a year and you make $12,000 a year, or let's do an average poor person, like $24,000 a year. It's really easy to look at the person that makes $100,000 and like, I would have done this, but the person that has $100,000 a year, they've worked their way up to now their bills are that. Like when you're broke, yeah, your bills are always little. Like your phone bill, you got the cheapest phone, you got the cheapest car, you got the cheapest everything. But you don't want the cheapest everything. You want the best if you can. You want that next level. Everyone's content with what they have until they experience something a little better. So when you finally get to that next level, how long do you want to stay there before you get to want more? Before it's not enough. And I think and that's kind of where the drive comes from, because you stay where you are and eventually it's not enough. My phone getting tilted. Let me fix that. Should have tightened these sticky piggies up. Sorry about that interruption. But my point is that you're always gonna be trying to get to the next level. So don't hate the last man or the next person for it, because they're trying. And a lot of, like, you hear the thing, if you're not here for my struggle, don't be there for my success. A lot of that's true, man. Like if you didn't make somebody feel good, or if you didn't look out for somebody when they were hurt, then they blow up and you're like, oh, I remember we used to hang out. Yeah, we used to hang out. You hung out with me when I had nothing. Maybe it made you feel comfortable, and as soon as I got something, you thought I was lesser, or maybe I had to move out of my city. For me to get to the next level, I have to move. You can't stay in the hood. You want to stay in the hood? No one wants to really, really, really stay in the hood. You say you want to stay in the hood. You say you want to help out the hood. You say you can only help it in there, but you don't really want to live in that environment. You know, no one wants to live in the poor. No one wants to live in an environment when they can have better. And the only difference between someone that has better and someone that doesn't is the person that has better believed that they could get better and believed that they deserved better. They weren't content with the little slice of pie they had. You know, they might have had a little slice of pie they might be eating, but there's still room in their stomach for more. You know, it still hurts. And why do we tear each other down when they start doing better? Why? Why do we do that? Maybe it's a sense of something we feel owed, and that maybe it stems from the jealousy. Maybe it stems from some inner subconscious knowing that, or regret. Maybe if you know, like if you would have done some things, you could have got there too. So it hurts you a little bit to see someone else there knowing you could have done it. So I guess maybe I'm going to boil it down to envy and jealousy, and that's pretty basic and simple. It's very broad what I'm saying, but it's something in us that, you know, a lot of times, sometimes we're happy for people when they're doing better. But it's really easy when you're in a bad mood, or if someone you don't necessarily like, they do well, and you try to kind of tear them down, or you think they don't deserve it. Everyone kind of deserves what they get a little bit. Some of us, our parents gave us things. Some of us, our family, we had inheritance. Some of us, we got hit by a car and we sued and we got lucky. But you got to understand, that's very rare. Like, most people that have what they have worked for it, and they had to work for it. So the sense that they shouldn't have it and we should is ridiculous. Don't see someone with an Audi and say they don't deserve it. We deserve it. If you deserve it, if you believe you deserve it, work hard. Don't take no for an answer. If you're spending money on drugs, stop. If you're spending money on things you don't need, stop. Maybe you know, if you're not like me and really need the gym, maybe you just kind of have it and you like being there sometimes, like, stop it for a while. Don't pay the membership for a while. Get out of that. Save up. Whatever it is. Little things in your life you can put away. Don't play the video games, but save up for a couple months, whatever. But the point is that you're not really mad at that person for having what they have as much as you're mad at yourself for not working as hard as they did to get it sometimes. Or maybe you find excuses why you can't work that hard. Sometimes you really can't. But the people that really can't aren't mad at others. It's, you're not mad at others for having something. YouTube's been treating me really bad with the uploading, so I'm going to stop because I want to put this out there. I know it's not my best ever, and maybe it won't, but yeah, man, I just want to say, think about, before you disrespect or tear down somebody with something nice, just think, maybe they deserve it, maybe they busted their ass, and if it hurts you that they have it, maybe you should bust yours too, because not everybody is given everything. Some of us get lucky and we are, but for the most part, if you want something, you got to work for it, and don't be mad at the person that did, Just think. Sometimes take a step back and think. We have bills. Everyone has bills. And the more money you have, the more affordability you have almost. So your bills become more because you want more, you get more. Everything becomes more, so you have to pay more. Then when things break, you got to replace them. And though that is expensive. So don't just think that like it's all life. It's like, no, they're not living in the same house with the same bills and expenses you are and have $1 million. They have $1 million and they have a lot of expenses there because a lot of people live luxurious lives once they get there or whatever. And if they want to keep that up, they're going to have to keep making that money. And they're going to keep working hard or whatever. So yeah, just think about your brother and sister before you talk about them or think they don't deserve something, because a lot of us work for what we have and we do deserve it. And if you're with us when we're hard, that's why I say be nice to everybody. Build your network, because you never know who's going to be where one day. And if you were mean to them, or you thought they were a nerd, or maybe they paid you all in change so you thought they were a dick that day, or maybe they didn't hit the gas quick enough at a green light or something, just be patient sometimes. Relax a little bit. Pieces. Love your brother and sister.